Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alec Reed. This is my channel, Alec Reads, and today we are reading Marriage, a Heartstopper fanfiction by heartstopper_fan22 on Wattpad. Once again, like, subscribe, or leave any recommendations in the comments, or you can always just say hello. I would love to talk to you guys, say hello. Once again, trigger warning. This story does have a lot to do with eating disorders, especially these next couple chapters, so be careful, and if you are uncomfortable with those things, always take care of yourself first. Hope you enjoy. Let's jump right into the video. Chapter 24, Regret. Nick's perspective. Earlier that day. Today has been such a beautiful day. Me and Charlie spent most of our day splashing around in the water together, but since what happened last time we went to the beach, I didn't let him leave my side for a second. I'm definitely very overprotective of Charlie, but he does need someone in his life like that because of all the mental health issues he faces on the daily. If anything were to happen to him, I would be crushed. Charlie is my entire world and has been since the day I met him. If anything were to happen to him, my life would be over. This may seem dramatic, but it's the truth. My mom called us over for lunch, and I made sure to reassure Charlie that I loved him. We walked over to everyone waiting for us. We sat down and Charlie grabbed some fruit and a biscuit. I was so happy to see that he grabbed food and actually started eating it in front of everyone. I was so proud of him, and I would still be proud of him if he ate nothing and waited till we got home. I noticed when he got the biscuit, he kind of looked like he was choking it down, trying not to bring any attention to his disgust towards the biscuit. I could see right through that fake little smile he gave me when he noticed I was staring at him. God, it made me so frustrated that he wouldn't just tell me how he was feeling. He feels like he's a burden on someone's life, which he's not. But no matter how much I tell him, he isn't a problem. He still isn't going to change. He still deep down feels like he's a burden. And there's nothing I can do to fix it. Charlie looked sickly after eating a donut that was forced on him by my jerk of a brother. He said, "I'm gonna go to the washroom." I replied with, "Okay," but like 2 minutes after he left, I followed him, just to make sure everything was okay. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I had a really bad feeling he had done something awful. I hear Charlie gagging and my heart's shattered. I didn't know how to help him except being as comforting as possible and staying calm. I yell so he can hear me, "Charlie, let me in now," and I knock a bit. He went really quiet immediately. I put my face grossly close to the outhouse door and tried to hear him inside, but he was quiet. "Charlie, can you hear me?" I say. He started sobbing and hyperventilating. I needed to get to him. Charlie starts saying, "I'm sorry, Nick. I've ruined everything." I softly replied, "Baby, no, you never ruin anything. We can talk about this, but you need to open the door." He cried and cried and cried, then finally opened the door. He was standing there looking at the ground. He wouldn't even look at me. I pulled him out of the outhouse and sat him down on my lap on the beach. "Charlie, what happened? You need to tell me." He sniffed, then whimpered, I didn't want to eat in front of your family because of David and his girlfriend. I was going to tell you, but then your brother was saying mean stuff about me, and I didn't want to, and I wanted to prove him wrong, but he was right. I messed up in the head." My brother did what? I'm going to fucking kill him after I calm Charlie down. I'm done with his homophobic ass. He can be mean to me all he wants, but being mean to Charlie is where I draw the line. Charlie, you are not messed up in the head, and anything that comes out of my brother's mouth is fucking bullshit. Charlie, I hate seeing you get hurt. These situations can be avoided if you just talk to me. Please. Charlie looks at me, looking down at him. I'm sorry, Nick. I just never learn. I fuck up everything. I'm sorry. I reply, Char, I love you. You don't fuck up everything. Actually, you are my everything. Without you, Charlie, my life is nothing. I know, it's cheesy, but it's 100% true, and I just need you to know that. Charlie stopped crying, looked at me kind of like he saw a ghost, then said, You really feel that way? I smile and laugh. Of course I do. All I think about is our future, not mine, ours. My future is us. That's all I need in life. Charlie smiles and then starts crying. Again I say, Why are you crying, Charlie? Did I say something? He wiped the tears off his face and responded, No, you didn't say anything wrong. I just can't believe you feel that way about me. I can't believe anyone loves me that way. I always thought about you that way. But I just feel like a burden, so I never thought someone could be capable of loving me that much. My heart already broke earlier, but it's shattered now. I knew Charlie was self-confidence was low, but I didn't know how bad it really was until this very moment. Charlie, I would do anything for you. I know it's hard for you to think that you're capable of being loved, but you need to realize how much I love and care for you so that we can work together as a team and help fight these struggles together. You'll never need to fight alone again if you just let me in. He hugged me tight for a while before saying, I promise, I'll let you in. I really need your help. I can't do it alone. Before I could respond, he said, Nick, I gagged myself. And I feel so much regret now, because in that moment it felt like the only solution. I'm sorry. I knew he had done that because I heard him throwing up earlier. Plus, I had already had the idea that he was going to do that. But he finally is letting me in, and that's what mattered right now. And I said, Char, I know. I heard you. And it's okay, but next time, this isn't going to happen because I'm going to make sure it doesn't. He snuggled up to me. I was holding him so tight, I felt like I never wanted to let go. Hearing Charlie cry and feeling him shake in my arms made my rage for David grow. If David thinks he's getting away with them, he's mistaken. Chapter 25. Karma. Nick's perspective. Charlie was still curled up in my lap on the beach, but he had stopped crying and shaking. I pulled his long, messy hair out of his face and picked him up, without saying a word. Nick, what are you doing? Where are we going? Charlie said in an almost panicked voice. I was so mad. It felt like I could barely speak. I took the keys out of my pocket and unlocked the Jeep. I placed him down in the passenger seat of our Jeep. He repeated himself again. Nick, where are you going? Answer me. I know Charlie is not going to be completely accepting of my plan, but he was my brother, and he's had it coming for a long time now. Charlie, I need to go sort some stuff out with my brother. Stay here. I went to shut his door, and he said, Nick, promise me you won't do anything to get hurt. I looked him in the eyes and said, I promise I'll be fine, Charlie. I'll be back soon. I left and ran toward my brother on the beach. I stood over David as he sat beside his girlfriend and my mom. I looked down at him and said in a stern voice, "Why the fuck were you talking bad about Charlie earlier?" He scoffs with his stupid little smile and replies, "So what? Everything I said was true." I felt my fist clench and my jaw tightened. I was so unbelievably angry. I yelled, "You have a problem with him. You have a fucking problem with me." My mom looked frightened and says, "Boys, please." I don't have time for her right now. David gets up and stands face to face with me and says, "You know he's messed up in the head, right? Obviously, that's why you went running to him earlier." I was so angry I couldn't say anything. The next thing I know, I feel my clenched fist pummel his face. I stand there as he falls to the ground, then tackles me. My head hit the ground hard, but I didn't care. He was about to open his mouth again and say something stupid, but I beat him to it. I put my hand over his mouth and pushed him off me, then said, "Don't fucking be rude to my boyfriend again." David didn't like that. He didn't like what I had to say, I guess, because he got angrier. He pushed me off of him and punched me in the face. Hard. I fell face first. I could feel my face slicing open on a sharp rock. I could hear my mom screaming and crying in the background. I got up and elbowed him in the gut. He fell to his knees. Then I walked away. I walked past my mom and said, "I'm sorry, Mom, but David has caused me and Charlie so much pain, and he needed some calma." My mom looked shocked but nodded her head, then asked to see my face. I brushed her off and ran to me and Charlie's Jeep. I promised Charlie I wouldn't do anything stupid, but I didn't. David deserved this. Anyways, it was only a cut. I opened the door to the driver's side and hopped in. "Nick, what happened? Why were you gone so long?" I turned to him to explain, and he saw the cut across my cheek. "Nick, what happened? Are you okay? You promised," Nick said in a very erotic, worried tone. "Charlie, I'm okay. It's just a cut. I know. I promise." But I confronted David and he was being an asshole. And next thing I know, I'm so mad and I can't think straight and I punched him in the face and we fought. He managed to get a few hits on me, but I finished the fight and left right away. I never want to talk to him again. I hate him. Charlie looked worried and happy at the same time, then said, "I'll let this slide this time because David had it coming, but no more fighting for you. Seeing you hurt kills me, Nick. And thinking about you fighting someone and getting hurt makes me so scared and worried." I smile and say, "No more fighting. Unless someone hurts you, then I have to, because no one gets to hurt you and get away with it anymore. You've dealt with that enough. You complain that much on how I immensely love you." Charlie wipes drying blood from my cheek and says, "Does anywhere else hurt? Did he kick you?" Or I respond, "My back does hurt a little bit, but you know what would make it better? Your cuddles." He blushes and smiles bright. I pulled out my phone and Googled nice hotels near me. I found one and called because me and Charlie definitely weren't going back to the Airbnb with that homophobic dickhead. He had done enough damage already. We checked it in and it was gorgeous. Alright everyone, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and comment. Comment whether it's a new fanfiction you want me to read, a new book you want me to read, or whether it is just saying hello, because I would love to say hello to you friends. Alright, anyway, I do want to mention that there are still trigger warnings in place just so that everyone can be safe, whether that is for aggression or whether that's for self-harm or whether that's for eating disorders. There's lots of different trigger warnings, so just make sure you are careful and stop reading as soon as you feel uncomfortable. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Goodbye, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Have an awesome rest of your day, friends. Bye!